to you from underneath a peach blossom. It's time for an episode of Be Awesome. Find positivity throughout your life and work, just like our mascot rooster, Steve the Jerk.
Hello, Be Awesome listeners. We are on episode 38 of the Be Awesome podcast. I'm Joshua Peach, and I am super excited to be in some of my old stomping grounds at the Will Work Teamwork Galactic headquarters in Easton, Massachusetts. A little bit about me and my old life. I grew up probably about 17, 18 years old, working as a laborer for trade shows for Teamwork and Will Work. We'd go in and we'd set up booths, trade show booths, and do general contracting, rolling carpet and putting up walls and doing all sorts of interesting tasks, handyman tasks, if you will, because I'm not licensed to do anything and I've got very minimal handy skills. But I did that for many years, and in the course of my time here, I also had my spring water delivery business, so I got to know everybody. And one guy that I got to know really well over the years, and his name is Curt Da Rosa. He's our guest here today. Really excited to share some of his story and some of what he's been doing lately, because he has actually invented something that can truly impact and make a better opportunity for today's workforce to be safe. So, Curt, first and foremost, welcome to the Be Awesome podcast. This is your first podcast, right?
My first podcast, and thanks for having me. I'm excited.
So, Curt, you've been in this industry for
going on 25 years.
25 years, and we were just talking before, and your dad he worked on sheet, was it metal?
Yeah, he was a steel fabricator, but, I come from a family of tradesmen.
Yeah. Portuguese guys. I'm the only one that's not skilled and handy with just about anything. So you've got all this. You've got a lineage of history of people that use their hands, use tools, and you've been using your tools. And truth be told, in all the years, you were probably one of the safest guys on the floor when I was growing up to when I stopped when I was about 29, I think was the last show I did at the Heinz Convention Center. But I always saw that you were the guy that had the safety glasses, you had your gloves, you were always kind of conscientious about being safe with the work you do.
Yeah, and that goes back to, I think my father was not the safest guy, so my mom was always, well, you know what happened to your father, wear your glasses, put your helmet on, so... Yep. That's how I was able to bring those values along with me.
Yeah, it's always kind of funny. You listen and you look at and my dad was probably a lot the same way with things where he just did stuff and he was just a tough guy and it was like, oh yeah, it's okay. I'll cut my finger. I'll do this. And,
right.
Instead of, preventing it altogether. So your dad hurt his eye a couple of times.
Yep. He, a lot of grinding and welding and not wearing the proper eyewear. He'd end up in the ER, and they'd be picking a steel shot out of his eye, and he'd have the eye patch for 2 days, and so I got to kind of witness that as a young man.
So I'm going to back up a little bit. So about 2 months ago, the backstory on this, about 2 months ago, Curt decided to get on social media, right? You're not a big social media guy.
At all.
You're on LinkedIn now, and you made a couple of posts. And one of the posts had a video and a link, and it said that you've got this patent, that you own it, and you want to get it out. You want to get a relationship with someone that can bring this out, mass produce it to the world, right?
Yep.
So this, to give to understand what it is, you've developed and patented a smart safety glass that can be used so that power tools will only activate if the person is wearing the glasses. Before we get into this, I want everyone to understand there's 800,000 eye injuries a year in the workforce for skilled laborers with they're doing work. 800,000 eye injuries. That's not...
And that's just reported injuries.
Yeah, that's reported injuries. Those are people going to the hospital. That's part of the $300 million that insurance companies are getting claims against for eye injuries every year. Your glasses could potentially not save one eye injury, but countless eye injuries.
Correct.
So tell me a little bit about the glasses. What do they do? How do they work? But start with where did this idea come from? Not your, partly maybe your dad, but where was that aha moment?
Yeah, so, being in the trades and being around saws and equipment, you got to witness a guy or two or something happening and someone's getting something in their eye. And I'm walking across the show floor one day, and, our industry isn't really measured by OSHA at all, and it's a little bit of the Wild West where, as we're not running tools all day long, we're typically just making a quick cut or doing this or that, and it's very common to see one operating a tool without their safety glasses. But I saw one of our top guys, and actually my younger brother who works for us, cutting a stage down at night for the next morning to a presenter wanted it shortened, and they're cutting through screws and wood, and there's sparks flying and sawdust, and they got their eyes closed actually doing it. One guy's holding the piece, one guy's cutting, so I go over and I interrupt it, and like, you guys got to find glasses, you can't be doing this. And then, I'm walking down the aisle after, and I'm like, it's so barbaric that in this day and age, a power tool shouldn't even be able to operate without your safety glasses on. And, I have an uncle who's in the plumbing union, and, they're drilling a lot of holes in concrete, and there's these new vape packs that go on the hammer drills that vacuum up like 96% of the dust, so they're not breathing it in. And you can see measures coming in place for other tools, and I feel like, the safety glasses is just kind of the next natural progression, if you will. And, we're working on it for about a year with, patent lawyers and this and that, and we finally got the patent side kind of solid, and I'm kind of at the point where I've done as much as I can do. Now I need to partner with, somebody in some manner for manufacturing. So that's when I kind of got on LinkedIn and put it out there and started conversations with you.
Yeah, well, I think that this is if I could mass manufacture safety glasses, this is a no-brainer for anybody to come on board, because there's nothing out there, right? Because you have the patent. We'll talk about kind of going through that patent experience as I share about my trademark experience. But you look at this stuff, and like you say, like the reason why I got interested and why I just I think it was like 3 minutes. Like, you made your post, and I'm like, oh my God, Curt's on social media, because I hadn't talked to him in probably 10 years. And then you had the post, and it was like, that just caused me to look into it. And I'm like, wow, this makes complete sense for any tool USA that can shoot a wood shaving, a metal shard, cause any sort of potential harm to someone by preventing them from being stupid. Because accidents don't happen by people being smart. They don't happen by people following the rules. Like you guys here, you have all these safety classes and all this stuff to encourage people. But it's like anything. When you start to get comfortable, you make 100 cuts and nothing happens. Well, the 101st cut, I don't need to put my glasses on, or I don't need to put my gloves on, or I don't need to wear a helmet, or whatever. And that's when something happens, right? Stuff doesn't happen when you're typically doing the right things.
Yeah, and it's always the one more cut that gets you. I mean, I'm typically good about wearing my safety glasses, and one day they were just I set them down to answer the phone and whatnot, and I'm making another cut, and I get a little chunk of wood hits me off the cheek, and I was like, well, that could have been bad.
Yeah.
But it was just a simple, careless, and so yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you, I had I think a lot of us take advantage of things that we have, and we don't think about what it's like when it's gone. And I actually got diagnosed with episcleritis in my eyes, which is, I don't even know what the hell it is. I can only tell you can't see. Like, it literally, whatever happened to me caused partial blindness for a period of time. And it was scary. Like, it was scary to think about, like, I'm not going to be able to see anything again. Like, if that were to happen. And we take this stuff for granted, and I think that what you've put out there today, there's never been. So I was at old friend Mike Haynes had Governor Charlie Baker at his shop last year, and he's big in the construction business. And he was down there. Governor Baker was down there, basically sharing that there's never been a higher need for skilled labor, contractors, carpenters, electricians, plumbers. Anybody that's got a skill, any sort of carpentry skill, basically building skills. All that require power tools. There's never been a larger need and more jobs open in Massachusetts and in the United States than right now. And there's never been such a low amount of people to choose from, a pool of people to choose from. There's just people aren't in skilled labor business. So if you could take 800,000 people out of the injury equation, the impact you would have on that alone would be amazing, right? So if let's say you saved 800 lives. That's 800 jobs that wouldn't need to be filled, that would be filled, that people would be out doing their jobs, and America can continue growing and doing all the things that they do. What that impact on that person's job is huge. It's absolutely. I mean, it's massive. So, you've had this for a year. So first of all, I'm fascinated by the patent. Like, how hard was that? Like, how much work did you have to go through? It sounds like you did it in like record time.
Yeah, so, I got educated a bit on the whole, patent experience, and there's something called a Track 1 request, which is basically, putting a rush on your patent applications.
Yep.
You pay a premium for that, but it typically can cut the time window in half. So, kind of step one, you start off with a novelty search with, hey, these are my claims, and this is what I would like to patent. And the novelty search does a global search on any other infringements that could potentially be a problem, and that came back pretty clean with what we were trying to do, and that gave us the confidence to go ahead and spend the money on the Track 1 and going for the patent. So I kind of, if I made a mistake, I tried to claim it all the first time. It was
total global domination.
We were trying to get the gas-powered tools, the battery-powered tools, the electric tools, all in the same. But it created an atmosphere where the kids' four-wheelers, when they ride around, they have kill switches on, where if they fall off, it kills the engine, and it started picking up some other claims like that we had to reword around. So we kind of narrowed things down the second time. But yeah, at this point, patents solidified and looking to hit the marketplace. And
so, not to interrupt, but so the patent itself is for a pair of glasses. So what is that? Describe. I've seen it. I've seen the video. But what is that patent comprised of? So
you have your safety glasses that pair with a module, and the module is a mechanic fasten that goes on the end of a power cord. So instead of plugging your power tool into the wall or into the extension cord, it's going to plug into my module first, and it has two hinged like wings that are going to collapse around the cord. And when I say mechanical fasten, the concept is it's going to have a little nut and bolt type screw fasten, so it's not easy for one. It's easier for you to put on your glasses than if you can't find them, then take the module off. And then it pairs with the glasses, and if the glasses are not on, the power tool does not get power. It's as simple as that.
So it would be like pairing we were talking about the AirPods. So it'd be like pairing my AirPods to my phone, only it's pairing the glasses to the cord or to the power unit for the tool.
That's correct.
And then it'll only turn on if those glasses are on someone's head. And there's a couple of different options that you can play with as far as how that detects a person's wearing the glasses.
That's correct. We have a couple different applications claimed in the patent to make sure we have it all.
Make it as close to foolproof as possible. I mean, if you're trying to figure out how to dummy the system for a pair of safety glasses, then you're probably pretty dumb, right? You know, I mean, it's like it makes good common sense. So, so this is really cool because I could just see so many different ways of using it. Like I could see these things getting plugged into regional Voc tech schools and all the power tools. I mean, they've got countless saws and pieces of power equipment out in the workforce. You mentioned OSHA. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy and maybe I'm just looking at this thing going, this should be a nationwide standard. But this, like you say, everyone should be having a requirement so it's not barbaric, so it's not the Wild West, so that there are, we put all these rules and regulations in place, but people don't typically follow them. I see in the manufacturing industry, I've been in a lot of manufacturing facilities over the last year, and I see that that's probably the only place that's like hands down the most stringent. Like you walk in that place, you got your earplugs in, you've got your helmet on, you've got your glasses on. They've got a vending machine that pops out, like if you need any of that stuff, pops it right out.
No, and that's just it. I feel like the next steps and the possibilities are endless. Once I actually have a working product with manufacturing behind it into the workplace.
Yeah, the demo's fun. I mean, I loved playing with the demo with the Dremel drill. We gotta make a better video for you on that one. But it makes the case. It's put the glasses on, hit the power button, it fires up. Take the glasses off, shuts off. It's that simple.
Yep, we have a working prototype for proof of concept, and we're happy with the way everything's been progressing thus far.
Yeah. So, I'm just trying to think, like, how long did you, like, when you thought about this is just a curious question I have. Like, I own Be Awesome. That's like the closest thing that I'll come to inventing or creating something. But this is a true unique invention. Like when you sat down and you started like thinking about this, your brother, looking at your brother with his eyes closed, doing all that stuff, walking down that hall, thinking how this doesn't make any sense. Like, did you draw, like, did you say, in a perfect world, this is what I'd love for this? Like, what was the thought process behind all of...
Yeah, so that, our, core business is trade shows and corporate events, and our owner and leader here is quite the entrepreneur and has a lot of ideas, so we're always bouncing stuff back and forth. So that night I called him up and I was like, hey, what do you think of this? And he was like, well, if it's not already, I think it's amazing, right, but how do we know it's not out there?
Yeah.
So, we have in-house counsel here at work, and we tasked him with, finding us the right patent lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And, he did so. So we went into, I had our design team here draw up some images for us, and, the thought of how it could work. And we set up a meeting, went in, chatted with him, and he was actually an electrical engineer by trade before he became a patent lawyer, and
mm-hmm.
He kind of fell in love with it also, and added some ideas and features to it. So, and he was very informative along the way, and so that's kind of the initial thoughts and first steps.
Curious question: the device itself, it could probably fit on any safety glass, right?
Yeah, so that's what we're thinking right now is the device itself. It could come with a pair of safety glasses, or it could clip on to.
So people could buy they could buy the clip-on piece. They could buy the plug attachment, hit the plug, hit the node, and they're off and running on any. So that's what I was just kind of running through my head, and we hadn't even talked about this. It's just kind of like, yeah, it'd be great if the yellow company or the red company or the orange company or one of those companies that are the big players out there partnered with you or bought this thing. But what about the others? Like that, I don't want to say it monopolizes the market, but wouldn't it be great if every person, regardless of the glasses that they wore, was able to take advantage of, have it as an add-on, or have it as something. And those companies, whatever color company could own it, But they could make it so that it fits on.
Yeah, see, you have a nice global thought to it.
Yeah.
My thought was, well, I don't want my glasses to get scratched,
Yep.
and now, not be able to put the module on a new pair.
Yeah.
So, yes, absolutely.
Yes, as I was just, as we're playing through this and we're talking about, you had the design team, and I've seen the concept glasses, and I've seen the prototype glasses, but I'm just sitting here saying, what happens? Like you say, your glasses get scratched. Like, I mean, people throw their glasses away. I have a pair of moderately priced, I think, glasses. I want to say they were about $25, but I'm not using power tools. I'm walking through manufacturing facilities. But guys that are in the trenches every day, hitting the saws and doing all that stuff, they gotta go through these glasses pretty quick. So they're probably low price point, good quality. Don't want to have it. They could just pop off that piece and put it on the next one. Is that kind of what you envision?
That is my vision, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Because I just popped in my head. We've talked 10 times about this stuff. I'm sitting here as we're talking, because your design glass that I'll show a picture of on social media. It looks like it's attached to the glasses. So the concept is any glasses, they'll be able to wear this.
Yep, mechanical fasten to the glasses, 2 screws.
What else about the patent? Is there anything else that you guys have on this, or is there? Can you use it for battery powered? Do you own that, or do you?
Yep. So once we tried to claim it all, if you will, and we were getting some resistance because they give you reports back that such and such a company has the same thing for the ATVs. Mm-hmm. But it was like, well, what about the electrical or the battery approach? They're kicking the whole thing back because of this one. Yeah. So we're like, you know what? Why don't we be more strategic and go for it in kind of individual legs, if you will? Mm-hmm. So we went just electrical first, because we felt like that was the core or the biggest, most important leg, and we got that approved. And just a matter of, I think, 3 weeks ago, the battery application got approved. So my kind of thought or concept there is, you can buy the glasses and a new battery packs for your current tools. Because the whole thing is the whole world doesn't want to go out and buy new power tools. Right. We're just trying to add the safety feature. Mm-hmm. So right now you can buy, the module that just adapts to your current power tools, and then the next thing is building it into the battery packs, and we have the battery packs that just got solidified. So
congratulations! So you've got the market cornered on safety tool glasses, smart safety glasses, and power sources, whether it be electric or battery powered.
That's correct.
If people are using gas powered power tools, they're probably wearing more than glasses, because those are even more heavy duty. Like you're talking about the cement cutting and the concrete guys. Those are pretty serious tools.
Yeah, we have it out there. We're trying to put interrupters in the spark plug wires, so we'll see where that goes. But at this point, I'm comfortable, because everything I really wanted with the power tools is covered right now.
So this whole thing, what's fascinated me and what's got me excited, and what has me bought into helping in whatever way that I can to get this out for you, to do the podcast and all this stuff. The thing that had me bought was your passion. Was like, there's a purpose for what you're doing, and it's not necessarily to become rich and famous. It's not to own the world of protective glasses. It's to provide a product, a solution that could help you, brother. That could help the guys in the aisles. That could help people that are real comfortable with the way that they cut things and wouldn't use the glasses, and it now forces them to. It was kind of that feeling like this gives you some form of fulfillment of making a difference. Am I close on that? Is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's. If you ask yourself or the guy next to you, what's the most important thing in life? Well, It's being healthy. Mm-hmm. The eyesight you could argue is the next thing behind that. I mean, you mentioned you had your scare with vision, and you could argue that your eyesight is one of the most valuable things you have in life, and something as simple as a young man not putting his safety glasses on because he's trying to rush and do a good job one day, for that to be taken away from him. So yeah, we'd love to really see things go to the next level, and see some young men and women save their eyesight.
Yeah, I think you would get a lot of thank you cards from people that are wearing the glasses that wouldn't wear them otherwise. Thanks, a spark hit or a piece of metal hit that hit the glasses, and otherwise I wouldn't have been wearing them, and I might not have had my eyesight. I mean, that's, again, we take this whole thing for granted. I almost died. I don't know if I told you this, but I almost died on March 13th, 2017. Prime rib sandwich of all things. Almost choked to death, and got a second chance. Right, a couple broken ribs, a little bit of embarrassment, and I got another chance at life, which is great. Like you say, your health is one thing, your eyesight's probably second. The thing with your eyesight is you don't get that back. Like, right. you lose it. It's not like they can go, oh, let's give you a new eye. I don't think that they do that yet. I'm sure medical people are trying to figure that out. But once it's gone, it's gone. There's no recovery from it. And I think that a lot of people don't get that until it's too late, till the action's already happened. So to prevent that, it's huge. So where can people find you? So you're on social media, on LinkedIn only. It's Curt Da Rosa, CurtDa Rosa.
Yeah, like I had mentioned to you earlier, I'm a really, really bad social media guy. But we're going to work on changing that and make ourselves accessible and do whatever it takes to hopefully take things to the next level.
Yeah, and if anybody out there has got this 41 latest count, I think there's about 41, correct me if I'm wrong, 41 major manufacturers of safety glasses. There's a couple of companies out there that are toying with smart glasses for the mobile workforce. Anybody out there that has a contact, has an interest, has somebody that might be wanting to talk to you about, exploring how to work with you with this patent and get it out to the world, can check you on LinkedIn. Is there an email that they can get you at? Is there what are any ways to track down Curt D?
Curt D 3910 at Gmail.
Okay,
is probably the easiest.
Curt D 3910 at gmail.com. That's your email.
That's it.
All right. So don't send spam. Don't send viruses. If you're interested, connect with them on social media. We're going to get them more involved and out there with that. I think that this is phenomenal. I foresee something amazing that's going to happen. That's not. It's not going to do anything other than make an incredible impact and difference in people's lives and how they work. I see that. I see it 100%. I see that this is going to save people a lot of pain. It's going to save insurance money, insurance companies, a lot of claims. And I think that this is, as we look at things, and I gave the example of the AirPods to your phone. If we look back in the last 10, 15 years of things that we use today that we never would have used 15 years ago. I mean, think about that. 15 years ago, people still had CD players, right? People, it's just crazy, like how technology is evolving. Alexa this morning actually was flashing green, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, so I went and tapped the button, and she told me that it was time to order Chance more diapers. And he had like 4 left. Like, it's like amazing how technology is able to make a difference in our lives. I think this is a real impact maker for our skilled workforce, which we need. I mean, we are in such a rush. I talk about our 168 hours. We got everybody's got the same 168 hours in a week. And if we don't plan it, which most of us don't, you're a pretty organized guy, and you've got all your hours in order, but most people don't have it. And what that does is it causes a rush mindset. It causes this thing where we're always behind. We've got to play catch up. And that's when we start to make bad decisions that don't make the most logical sense. It just makes the most sense to get to the next thing or whatever that is. This is a game changer. This is going to make a difference.
If you look back at myself, or if anyone looks, anytime they ever got hurt, it was probably because they were rushing.
Yeah.
What did you do? You forgot to put your safety glasses on. You tripped over something. You did something in the manner, and to have another measure in place to help us slow things down, I think.
Safety glasses / meditation moments. I think that could be the next thing. Well, listen, I really appreciate you giving me the time. I love taking a walk down memory lane, going down to the warehouse. I'm really expecting to see some real great things for you. And thank you for creating this. This is so many people today think that everything's been thought of. And this is something that says, no, there's been something thought of, but we can build off of that and we can make it better. And you went through that whole process. Not a guy, you're not an inventor. You're not the mad scientist. You saw a problem. You thought of a way to fix it, and you went out and did all the work to figure out, did somebody think of it yet? No, they didn't. And now you've got it, and it's yours, and it's your baby. And I think that it's going to be fantastic. So thanks again. I look forward to coming back out here to see the construction going on. It's great to watch this company grow since when I was about 15 years old when it started to today is amazing. So keep doing what you're doing with your day job and making a difference with the trade shows. And we'll talk again, I'm sure, here not too far from now. So
thank you, Josh. Thank you for all the support, and appreciate it.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Be Awesome. As always, every episode I close out. You can reach me, Josh at Be Awesome, JOSH at BEAUSM.com. I'm on social media, Be Awesome on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. I think Twitter's Be Awesome 1, but you can see it's a picture of myself that you'll be able to recognize. And if you do a rating and review, those are always huge. Those help me get up the charts. I'm chasing Joe Rogan, who's got about 30 million listeners and I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of reviews. But anytime you do a rating and review on iTunes, if you listen on iTunes, which over 80% of you are, drop me a note. I will send you a T-shirt, and free of charge. I'll even pay shipping. I think that you taking your time to hit those stars and write something down, I value your time and appreciate it, and I think you should get a T-shirt for it. And we're doing some great things. As a last update, we just went down to the Zach Brown Band's Camp Southern Ground fundraiser, Night of Candles in Georgia last week. Really excited. That is a phenomenal group. They raised over $1 million in one night, and $3 of every shirt we sell on our website, in person or anywhere, $3 of every shirt is going to support Camp Southern Ground, which really makes a difference in providing free and reduced summer camp for kids with special needs, diverse abilities, socioeconomic, that big strong one for me, which is helping some of those 3 million homeless and foster kids have a place to go after school gets out, as well as veterans families when they're coming home, and our veterans are coming home, giving them a week with their family, all expenses paid on that camp. So we're really excited. We're hoping to close out the year, give them a couple $1,000s at least as a starting point, and I'm really, after this trip, I am encouraged and hopeful that we'll be able to continue that relationship and have a lot more money to give to them. And I think that's about it. We got a lot of exciting things coming down the pike. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you. And remember, in order to be awesome, you got to do awesome. Have a great day.